Welcome to another episode of Blockchain Brew. I'm Trent.
And I'm Tyler. Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the next one. We're going to lead into what's in the glass. What do we got going for us, Trent?
Well, what's in my glass today is Lupulin Collider.
Ooh.
From North Park Brewing Company in San Diego, sunny San Diego, California. And this is a triple dry hopped, triple hazy IPA coming in right at 10% exactly. And this is
what's the batch for?
The batch for
is that like a batch?
Probably just because this is the 5th batch that they've done.
Cool, yeah. Awesome.
And this is triple dry hopped with Kush, Mosaic, Citra, Nelson, and Galaxy.
Spicy. Does it have any of that sparkly dust in it like your last one? What they call it?
No phantasm powder in this one. But don't worry. I got more cans of Mega Monk, and I'm bringing the phantasm powder back on the Blockchain and Brew show. Here's my pour.
Ooh, look at that. Whoa.
Little much on the head. That's just because of how I poured it. But on the nose here, it's a lot more hop forward than that last one, because like I said before, that phantasm powder was bringing the sweetness up a little bit, and without that, it's the hop forwardness is coming out of this one more, and just all around an explosion of hops. On the taste, the on the back end there is a sort of sticky citrus sweetness on the back end, and
does it have a
little bit of pine coming after that.
What's the aftertaste?
Like a little bit of pine on the aftertaste, and there's like 4 different hops in this blend, so it's pretty complex. The carbonation for a triple IPA, the carbonation is right on point. So, yep, I like it overall. Save my final rating for the end. What's in your glass, Tyler?
All right, so I brought my lucky mug, my Lord of the Rings style tree, and today I got this. I can't read it backwards. It is a 19.2 ounce can at 8.7 volume. It is from Red Hook Brewery, Seattle. They also got
a big one.
Yeah, New Hampshire and Portland, Oregon. It is a hazy, big Billard Imperial IPA. It says yes, sure, you betcha on it. Here we go. So let's take a look, see what we got.
That's like, is Ada going to $5? Yeah, sure, you betcha.
I get the aroma coming in right off the pop. Take a look at the color. My glass isn't clear like yours. Oh, shit, I totally poured it all over myself. Yes. Check out the head. Whoa, look at that. Coming out the top. Oh, man, that is very sweet. Way sweeter than my last one. With you help me get a little rag, would you? Sorry, I poured beer all over myself. It was great. right on the shorts.
Can you really complain too much about that, though?
No. The aftertaste is very bitter. So in the initial sipping on it, it had sweetness with Not too strong, but a mild bitter tone to it. And I don't have a clear glass like you, so it's kind of hard to judge the head. But it feels like I have a decently large head. So for me to pour a sip out of this, it definitely has some cream to it too. So I have to let you guys know throughout the night how this um my conclusion to this wonderful beer. Thank you, Red Hook, for providing it. Have
Heck
you
yeah.
had a Red Hook before?
I
Like,
haven't. Shout out to Red Hook and shout out to North Park Brewing.
here we go,
Shout out
boys.
to Monkish Brewing from the last episode too. Well, let's dive into the market. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little screen share here. Can you see me up there?
Yes, yes, I got you.
All
Looks
right.
great.
So
Your
a
EPN,
couple,
moving averages. Maybe you want to explain the indicators?
yeah. So a couple things I'm looking at. Right now I'm on the 4 hour chart for Bitcoin, and we're making higher lows on the 4 hour chart. We got this low right here. We got a higher low here, and we got a higher low here. And on this one, the bulls are buying up this big red wick here to the bottom, and it's sitting right above this critical line of support that I drew. We're also sitting above the point of control that's coming in on the 4 hour chart at $84,030 for Bitcoin. Um, if I go to the 1 hour, it probably shows us breaking down. Um, Yeah. So the 21 EMA right there, this white line is crossing over the 50 EMA, that yellow line. And that's showing us that momentum is pushing to the downside, but we've still kind of got this higher low pattern right here from before. And if I come out to the daily chart, here's the here's where it's really important. Um, to me is that we're sitting above this 200 EMA on the daily at $85,856. This is the level that we want to hold right here. This 200 EMA. When you're crossing the 200 EMA, whether crossing it to the bottom or to the upside, um, this is when you're in reversal territory, in trend reversal territory. And so we spent some time below it back here on February 28th. Um, but we did quickly recover back above it. And that's what we want to see. And right now we're fighting between the 200 EMA and this white line up here at the 21 EMA. Um, we're on the daily chart, so that's the 21-day exponential moving average.
Yeah,
It's the
almost.
average. What was that?
I was gonna say. I was just looking at your chart, and it's almost like the 200 and the 21 are bouncing off each other. Oh,
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's pushing right in between those, and we want to see this push back above the 21 EMA. This is the level we're looking to break above at $91,101, and we want to close the candle above that. And tomorrow, tomorrow might be the day because we've got and if this is a recording, I'm talking about March 7th, the White House Crypto Summit. If that's not the thing that takes us above, I don't know what is. So, if it's not the thing that takes us above, then we're just in for some more patience until the market's good and ready to do its thing.
are you?
um,
Do you think it's a possibility where we will be buying the rumor and selling the news, so we actually might see the opposite happen, where we'll see a more downward action?
I'm kind of leaning no. Like I think that I think that for quarter one, the inauguration was kind of the buy the rumor, sell the news, right? Um, the reason why is, on January 20th, um, Bitcoin has never been higher than the $109,000 price that it was sitting at on January 20th of this year. And that's because Trump didn't come out right at the inauguration and say something about Bitcoin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know why anyone expected him to be honest, because he has a lot of fish to fry before he gets to Bitcoin, right? Like he has, in his mind, right? He's got border security. Um, he's got tariffs. Those seem to have been uh, the two bigger fish to fry than Bitcoin on his agenda. But we're not even 60 days into his term, and he's already coming out with not just a Bitcoin strategic reserve, but a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Solana, ADA, and perhaps more to come. So
Did you
that's
see what
incredibly,
Trump's what he just said today? Not too long before we came on here, is that he's leading the reserve with what's it called when you seized Bitcoin. So
ah,
the first
mhm.
Bitcoins that are going in there are Bitcoins that the government hasn't spent any money on. They seized assets, which I don't know what number that is, but it'll be definitely interesting to find that out. And then also to add on to what you were saying is I also agree, man. I don't quite understand why people expected him to say that in the inauguration, because
Yeah.
he had his, well, he did have his executive order come out. I think the day after he did those 3 or 4 of them, but he had to get his cabinet through, which a lot of them are like the SEC heads. He had to get. I don't think Gary Gensler left that day. I think he said he was going to, but I think he
Mhm.
stayed in there until somebody came in and replaced him. And the crypto czar and the different positions he had to fill. He wanted to make sure he could get those through properly.
Yeah, I mean, David Sachs, his crypto and AIs are, um,
Do you know
that's
his history?
a little bit, little bit.
I know that I was watching some other YouTubers today. Thank you, BitBoy. He said that David Sachs was known for a couple of rug pulls, but I don't know the history behind that to be able to give you an honest answer. But there was
Yeah.
that is something interesting that I'm interested in learning, because he's he's the crypto czar. He should know not to do that.
But, to your point, like, there's people that Trump had to put in place in order to in order to, open the door for the bulls. And it wasn't something that he was just going to do all by himself. He has to have his cabinet, and things take a little bit of time. Where, you know, the like Warren Buffett, is quoted saying that the stock market is a tool to transfer money from the impatient to the patient, right? And guys, it's been 60 days in this term, but there's something really even more important that I want to point out just real briefly. Um, and it's about when we're talking about patience and altcoin season, we're constantly like, when's altcoin season, right? People out there in the market right now feel like 2025 is passing them by without the big altcoin season, and the parabolic altcoin run that we've been waiting for. But guys, everything is normal right now in the 4-year cycle, and I'm going to show you exactly why. Um, if we go over to Bitcoin dominance, BTC.D on TradingView, and I'm going to take us back to, well, first, right here, look at this channel that I've drawn on the chart, and you're going to see how long we've been in this channel. We've actually been Bitcoin dominance has been in that channel for years, and in the altcoin run that we saw in December, we broke down out of that channel just a little bit right here. But what's happened is we've made our way back into that channel. And once we finally break down out of this, um, that's when we're going to see altcoin season. And the reason why is when Bitcoin dominance is means how much of the total crypto market share, how much of the total crypto market cap is sitting in Bitcoin. Guys, if we want a big altcoin season, the then Bitcoin dominance has to go down. Money has to flow out of Bitcoin and into the altcoins. And right now we're sitting at about 61% on Bitcoin dominance. And I'm going to show you what happened almost exactly 4 years ago. And I'm going to go to March of 2021.
It's weird to think that's 4 years ago.
Let me just go to March 1st.
Do you remember where you were at March 1st, 2021?
I was probably Instacarting actually, delivering groceries for Instacart.
I think I was working at
Um,
Boeing.
what was that?
I was working at Boeing, telling myself
Oh,
I gotta invest everything I can in crypto.
wait, let me see here. 2021. There we go. So this right here, guys, was March 1st of 2021. And this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. And you can see here on March, it was actually March 31st of of
Start.
2021 when we saw this red candle that really signaled the breakdown of Bitcoin dominance. And what we had was from March 31st to the bottom of Bitcoin dominance on May 18th. Guys, that's only a few months. And there's a couple really important things about this. Number one, I want you guys to think about it. If this chart was your favorite altcoin, you'd be in panic mode right now, right? And during this decline, Bitcoin dominance went from about 61%. Does that sound familiar? That's where we're sitting right now, right? And over the course of a couple months, Bitcoin dominance got all the way down to 40%. Now, keep in mind, the Bitcoin price just about doubled during this same time frame from around 30,000 to 60,000 during this same time frame. And here's the question I want to ask you guys. How is it that the Bitcoin price could double while the dominance is falling through the floor? The only way that happens is because altcoins were putting in 5, 10, 20x's during that same time frame. And so Bitcoin dominance was falling even though the Bitcoin price was going up. And
So,
go ahead.
so if we're at 60% and altcoin season, we 20% of it leaves Bitcoin and gets put into the alts, not including new people coming in. It's almost more OGs that allocating. Okay, we recognize this pattern. We know where it's at. We're putting it in. So every 50,000, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Trent. But every 50,000 Bitcoin is 1 trillion.
Yep.
So we're sitting at almost. Do you know what Bitcoin price was during then? I know right now we're sitting at just shy of 100K. So 20% of 100K is $500 billion that can be flooded into altcoins, and some of these altcoins are $300 million
Mhm.
market cap. So if like just a couple billion come into the top 100, you're
Hmm.
making a 10, 20x on that just from that, and which a lot of people with history know this is going to happen.
Right, right. And guys, that's the that's the thing is this was exactly 4 years ago, almost to the date. I mean March 31st, where we got a few weeks to go, but almost 4 years ago, exactly to the date, was the break of Bitcoin dominance. And the last thing I'm going to show you is the total three, and that's the total crypto market cap excluding
Bitcoin, Ethereum, and
yeah.
that is total three top 10 coins, or is it just Bitcoin and Ethereum?
No, it's the whole crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and ETH. And let's see, why isn't it going? Go to, there we go. So guys, this is again March 1st of 2021. So when Bitcoin dominance was breaking down, like we just showed you, look what the altcoin market cap was doing. It was on its way through the roof on Elon Musk's rocket ship, and it was headed to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Um, this is a. Let's pull out the measuring tool. Sorry, that's my fib. Let's pull out the measuring tool from around right here to the top. You're looking at a 169% gain for the whole crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and ETH. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now. I'm going to remove. But guys, here's my point. When altcoins rip, when a true altcoin season happens, and what do I want to be clear. What do I mean by a true altcoin season? What I really mean is Bitcoin dominance breaking down under 50% and staying there for a couple months. I mean, the last time it pushed down toward about 39% was the bottom. And guys, when this happens, it happens fast. And so, what we do, the psychology of this is interesting to me. We wait around for 4 years because most of us are mostly in altcoins, and most of us are not are not Bitcoin maximalist, or we're not maximalist enough on Bitcoin, because what we do is we wait around for 4 years just for 2 months of excitement.
No, I don't even think it's that. I think it's less. I think really, you probably will get 3 to 5 weeks of a
Yeah.
bull run, and then you got to wait another round for another 4 years from the for that to happen again.
Yeah, and
And
and and guys, of course, there's outliers. Like you could have bought Solana at $9, at the end of 2023, and you would have rode it all the way up to 260. Of course, there's outliers. And you gotta find those right projects to pick. Don't get me wrong,
do you
but
remember the sentiment with Solana at that time? I thought for sure it was going to be another Luna. It was going to zero. I thought for sure, and I told myself, if it goes to $5, I'll probably throw a couple $100 into it. Kind of like wish it could buy, but maybe it has the future. Because when you get those screaming deals on coins, everybody is saying it's dead, it's dying, don't get into it. Well, when we rip in the altcoin season and we're going through the roof, you got that 3 to 5 weeks. Everybody's saying, just throw it all in there, buy every meme coin, buy it all. Your friends gonna contact you through Facebook and be like, I want in, and everybody's saying we're gonna keep going up. We got Trump in office, we got the SEC, the cryptos are everybody, they're pushing for Americans buying. And that's telling you, I don't know what the news will be, but that's the signal to get out. And I don't know
yeah,
if Trent has had this problem either, but I've had a couple of friends reach out to me when the last, I don't know, between the last 6 months, when we've had all the altcoins like Cardano go from 30 cents to $1. people were like, "Hey, should I get into crypto?" Or when XRP went from 50 cents to $3, people were like, "Should I get into crypto?" And I'm like, "Dude, it's at $3 right now." He goes, "Well, is this a good time?" I'm like, 6 months ago it was. And realistically, I could see XRP going to $19.27. That's what I see it going to, possibly higher. So you want to say, yeah, I think could be a good time, but in the next month or two, it might drop down to $2 like it did. It might not be the
Yeah.
best time, but these new people getting in, they think crypto's a get rich quick scheme, and it's not. It's hard. It's painful. There's a humongous learning curve to it because nobody wants to buy a scratch ticket and try to win $5 on it because they know that you're probably gonna lose your money.
Yeah.
I derailed your train of thought. I'm sorry, but you were talking about Solana, and then you were going to other altcoins. And
Well, yeah, no, that I made my point. Bitcoin dominance, guys. We keep asking when's altcoin season. Look at the Bitcoin dominance chart and stay there. Pull up your keep get the Bitcoin dominance chart up on your trading view and and save it. Like bookmark it on your trading view because that's your indicator. When Bitcoin dominance breaks, when it breaks down out of that channel that I showed you, guys, it's on. And we said, hey, 8 9 weeks. To be fair, back in 2021, after that May crash over the summer, yeah, it ran back up again. The market gave us about another 9 weeks or so, um, toward the end of the year. And so, you may get two runs, you may get, a bigger run. You just got to watch it. You've got to not be greedy. You've got to control greed enough to take profits on the way up. So, anyways, there's my rant. What are you looking at for our our market overview today?
well, I think we're red. I mean, we ran a little bit yesterday. I mean, you want to talk about Tyler's big wins today? I'm like, Tyler is hanging out and watching for the moment. At least
Mhm.
I'm a little unsure of like what's happening.
Yeah.
A lot of tokens. You want to talk about coins that I'm not looking to get into anymore and looking to get less exposure to is I'm not a huge fan of Fet AI.
Mm.
I think that it has great potential considering that it absorbed two other AI projects, but then when Pal AI was told it was being absorbed as well, it was not received well to the PAL community, and they decided not to go that route, which is like, well, what did they see that I don't see with the problem with Fet AI? And then another thing with Fetch is they said, I think last May, they were going to do the token transfer where they were going to like take all three companies and make a new coin, and then they delayed it, and they delayed it again, and they delayed it again, and here we are almost a year later, and it's still not out. And I'm like, dude, the bull run's about to happen. So I think it's going to be a great project in the future. Yeah, I think so. Problem is that I think we're too close to the bull run. You won't get the multiplier that you want, especially because it's coming out at a $7 billion market cap as a new company, and that has me worried. And I'm holding it right now, and I'm thinking about swapping it to something that I have more faith in a multiplier, as well as I have VeChain. I think
Mhm.
VeChain's a phenomenal project. I have nothing against it. I think it's a solid blue chip. I think it's going to be around. But my problem is with VeChain.
UFC.
Well, no, not well. It's funny because VeChain's not an American company, so
Ah,
USC is not. Oh, UFC, it's not quite
yeah, yeah.
the same. And
That's a
I
good point.
I think that I put it in the same classification as Sui, Undo, Ada. Like it's been around, it's proven itself. Great project. My problem is Trump said American companies. I do believe, which it may not matter to you, depending on when the bull run starts.
Mhm.
I'm willing to bet he's going to say American companies, zero capital gains, with 1 year of holding. So you don't plan to hold it for a year because the bull run might be over long enough. It might not be a thing for you to hold. That is speculation or 1 year. That's what makes sense to me. And I'm like, bring common sense back. So for me, VeChain, I would say maybe swap it out if you haven't had it a very long time, because, or if you've had it too long, maybe think about swapping it out to something like American based. Like I like HBAR Cardano. They're a part of the cool kids club now. They got invited into the reserve, so that's another good one. I've heard of Moonwell. It's a Coinbase company. They focus on DeFi. I bought it near the top. I'm not crazy about it, but it is at an all-time low. So it might be a good time to pick up. Me, I only have a small percent of my portfolio into it, so I'm thinking about just consolidating, and that's the only reason why I would think about getting rid of it. But those are three coins. Oh, I had a friend I met at the airport, and he works for Bitwise, and he told me keep an eye on Monero. So I was like, okay, well, I'll add it to my watch list, so that maybe that's something come from it. Maybe
Have
something.
you still been talking to that guy or no?
I was going to reach out to him. I talked to him a month or two ago, but I told him because we live two different lives. I said once a month I'll probably check in on him. Last thing he said he was interested in doing an interview, so maybe we'll get him on the show.
See, that's why you guys gotta tune in to the Blockchain Brew Show because our boy Tyler walks around in the airport and meets executives from Bitwise.
Yeah, right. I like talking, man. And you know what's also cool about the airport is that you can get pilot cards now, which nobody knows what those are, but they're the coolest thing ever. Next time you see an airplane pilot walking,
Keep
you got
talking.
to sprint after him. You say, "Sir, do you have a pilot card on you?" Because you don't know what he has in that pocket, but they are collectibles, possibly even cooler than Pokemon. They give Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit of other money. The people from the '90s, Yu-Gi-Oh was like, I think it was a shit, bro. I think Yu-Gi-Oh was awesome. So
I don't
what
know
you
where they're at. I just saw him the other day.
they exist. I promise you. You will not be fooled. He may be acting. I don't know him very well, but he grabbed him. I saw him. He was chasing people down too. Never go to Georgia's airport. They will leave you there for days if they can.
Atlanta Airport on a scale of 1 to 10.
Zero. Zero. I didn't have to think about it. I'd rather fly out of LA than there.
Let's move on to our next section. What Tyler found in the garbage today?
Man, you dirty dog. You always thinking of stuff in the garbage. Any guesses, Trent?
Ooh.
You got
I'm
one.
gonna
Think
I'm
fast.
gonna I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's
No.
edible.
No. Well, maybe. It depends on your mood. I
That's
found,
my only guess.
I actually called my wife to see if she wanted them. I found a pair, brand new in the pack from Costco, a 3-pair women's tank top, 3 of a kind, And I was like, wow, it's in the package. I was like, who would throw this away? And so I was like, nah, I don't want that. I'll just go get my own tank tops. But maybe the edible if you're in the mood. I don't know. My wife didn't want to play that game. There was something from the garbage. They were machine washable. I don't know why.
They were in the package,
Yeah, the package.
Yeah, yeah. I don't blame you.
There's your find for the day.
Dope, dope. Um, well, that brings us to our Cardano spotlight, and here's what I want to say today about our Cardano spotlight is in 2021. Here's a little 2021 bull run trivia for you. You know what happened with Cardano in September of 2021 besides its all-time high?
Charles Hoskinson left the company and came back.
No.
Back to be born Hoskinsons.
Came back as a lizard person. No.
No.
So September 2021 was the launch of smart contracts on Cardano. And it happened at the very top. It coincided with Cardano's all-time high. here's my point for you guys that I want you to think about. As our resident Cardano nerd here at the Blockchain Brew Show. Um, the Cardano market cap got pushed up right under $100 billion in 2021, which,
What did it start at before? It
oof,
was at like almost like a 300 million, right?
yeah, yeah. It was low.
I think it was at one point in the bear market. That market was 1 cent, maybe even less.
Yeah, oh yeah. And guys, 100. Look, we've seen Solana push up above 100 million. We've seen XRP push way up above 100 billion in this run. But I don't think we fully appreciate how much $100 billion market cap was for a project in 2021. When Cardano topped at $3.10, it was about $100 billion market cap. And there were days that you would open up CoinMarketCap and you would see Cardano sitting at number 3 on the chart. You would open up CoinMarketCap and you'd see Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. The point I want to make to you guys is that Cardano did that. You know, and in our last episode, I reminded you guys that it did it with zero marketing budget. But it also did it with zero smart contracts deployed until September. It did it without any dApps built on the platform. It went to $100 billion market cap on hopes and dreams. It went to $100 billion market cap based on its roadmap.
I'm pretty sure $100 billion. If you put it into like the stock market, it would be an S&P 100 or 500.
Oh yeah,
But just the
yeah.
fact that's just dreams and that people believe in it that much.
Yeah, like what Walmart is like a 400
No
billion
idea.
market
I have
cap
no
or something like that. I mean, let me just look it up real quick. Walmart.
What's your favorite meme coin on top of Cardano?
Uh I mean
Just say
that's a good.
Snake. Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
if you don't say Snake, I'll be so upset.
I mean, I am gonna say Snack, but also I don't really know any others except Hosky.
Which that's
But
telling you, if you want to get a meme coin, if
yeah,
he doesn't know of any others, and I'm not a Cardano boy, and I know of Snake, that's telling you that's probably going to be the one on top of Ada that's going to do phenomenal. I mean, there's probably other ones that pop up, but that's the Doge of ETH and the Bonk of Solana. It's a
yeah.
stickies.
You know, and I guys, I mean, there's money to be made following the moves, but you know, I'm just not one to follow the meme craze, and you know that's kind of my own loss in some ways because people are out there making money with it every day. Um, I'm just like I'm just wired a little bit different. Like, you know, the market moves money from the impatient to the patient. Like, I mean, I'll miss out on some pumps, you know, to think about the long term and the future. I'm okay with it. I've come to grips with it, you know. But yeah, I'm not the guy to ask about the robust meme coin ecosystem on Cardano. I mean, there's a few, but um,
The graph.
this
I'm just kidding.
this let's see. Okay, Walmart is coming in at 760 billion. Let's see. Target.
650.
Oh, jeez, it's lower than you think. Way lower than you think.
300.
52 billion.
I was way off.
Guys, in September 2021, the Cardano market cap was double what the market cap of Target is right now. Let's see what I'm interested in
future.
Visa. Okay, that's not a good example, but that's what we're gonna do on one of the next episodes. I'm gonna find a company that's like, let's say,
Equivalent.
let's say 300 billion dollar market cap, right? And I'm gonna find a company, and I'm gonna go on record saying that Cardano is going to flip the market cap of that company. I don't know which one it is yet, but I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna bring it here to the Blockchain Brew Show. Um, and so, anyways, guys, my point was that Cardano did what it did with zero smart contracts deployed and zero dApps built. Today, it has a robust DeFi ecosystem. Um, you know, like at any given time, like almost 70% is staked. Um, it's growing and building more dApps every day. MinSwap is a phenomenal DEX on Cardano, and you've got more and more DEXs coming out every day. Sunday Swap, Muesli Swap, and it's building, it's growing. World Mobile Token, the Singularity Net ecosystem is building out on Cardano, even though that's part of FET, but you still
Yeah.
have Rejuve AI and
Well, we don't really know. Maybe Singularity breaks off from Fed because they've been sitting on the hands for a year. I mean, it was huge news when it came out. It pumped like 70 cents, like $2.50. Like, it ripped. But it's like, it's been a year.
yeah.
How long did it take to merge? Months have gone by, and still they keep delaying it. So you can say, well, it's supposed to be done this time. Well, they said that 3 other times, 12 other times. It hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. You've got NFT marketplace on Cardano, like, and all of that, all of the building, and then now it's part of a U.S. crypto strategic reserve. Guys, it did what it did before with on just a roadmap. What do we think it's going to do now? So that's just some Cardano food for thought. Um, what else? What else you got for us about anything?
Where
Don't
were
have to
we
be
at?
Cardano. We're at the closing, but it doesn't matter. Any other final thoughts you have?
Crypto's risky. It's a lot of fun. Kind of like the casino. Take Don't be afraid to take risks because broke money don't make money. And I really like Crow. They're probably gonna pass an I can't remember the term they used, but they're passing something. It's probably the beer talking. They're passing a validation on the Node network on the 14th of March. And one of the things that I don't like, and I'm going to accept, and I'm not selling, is they burned 70 billion tokens out of the 100 billion in 2021. Super bullish for the coin, went great, and they're going to looks like remint the 70 billion tokens and put them back into circulation, which is usually a negative sign. And there's a little bit of controversy on the time that they're going to do it because it looks like in their um, digital explanation they released to the public, it looks like it will be in 2030, which is nowhere now time to have to worry about that. But there's also some controversy because the verbiage is kind of difficult to read. Is it could start 10 billion every month starting this month, March 14th, which is a significant amount. But they're not, Crypto.com is not looking to rug their own token. I mean, for Crypto.com, they survived the bear market. They say that they have a lot of reasons for why they want to do it. They say they want to invest into like AI and build out these different infrastructures. And you're like, well, they currently do a burn every quarter like BNB. So it's like, just don't do that and use this money. But I don't understand why they're doing it this way, but I'm also not in the boardroom, so I could ask some common sense questions, but there's probably answers that they are keeping from the public because they're going to help build out. And Chris, I can't remember his last name, is heading to the meeting with Trump tomorrow, and that's just telling you like they're not going to kill their own coin. That just doesn't make sense. So I'm a little anxious about it, but I believe in Crow in the long run. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not selling. I like Crow from the get go. It's a very slow mover, usually the last one to move, but I like the benefits it gives. I like the passive income you can get from staking, and it's not decentralized like Cardano. Cardano it's all community ran, and Crow is kind of a little bit centralized. Even though they're using a node thing, but the fact that they can remint is kind of scary. But yet again, I don't know, Trent. You can agree.
Well,
Validate. Wait 1 second. You can validate with Bitcoin too, because Bitcoin has a 21 million. If all the nodes come together, which they will eventually, when the amount mined run out, they were going to have to recreate. The nodes will get together and make more Bitcoins to mine. It's a fact. And probably would just double it. But I mean, Bitcoin's not decentralized either. I don't think any project is besides Cardano.
yeah,
Cardano's the only DAO that I know that exists and runs phenomenally.
Yeah, I mean, I would go on record in saying Cardano is more for what it does. It's more decentralized than Bitcoin. Um, there
The treasury that's coming out,
the billion ADA treasury,
or whatever it is, every block puts a little bit in there when it's fully like Charles Hoskinson's out of the way, which it might already happen. I can't remember which update releases that I'm out for the community to vote on. To they want to do marketing. Well, now they have money to market. Like they've always set aside away, which is some money away, which is very wise of the developers.
Yeah, about a billion ADA. So you were saying that you just maybe for on the off chance that we have a newbie in our audience, you were saying Crow, and you're talking about the ticker CRO for crypto.com.
Kronos.
Right?
I think they changed the name to Kronos, but
Kronos chain. Yeah.
Crypto.com.
Yeah, it's the exchange token of crypto.com. And like it's made its mark on the ecosystem. Like, guys, the Staples Center is not the Staples Center anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this is old news, but I mean, like our parents' generation, like to think about the fact that the Staples Center is not the freaking Staples Center anymore. It's the crypto.com arena.
It's like BJ. They're in the UFC.
Yeah.
See them all over.
Yeah. We should get us some crypto.com cards.
I have one.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
I've got
Sarah's gonna go grab it. You can be the ADA guy, but I'm a Crow guy.
Little basic of me, but I got my Coinbase card here.
What? I didn't even know Coinbase had a card.
Yeah. And I'm not showing
for it.
I'm not showing my number. You do get rewards for it. I'm not showing my number on here because it's on the back, guys. Even if I did show my number, it's expired. I didn't get a new card yet. But yeah, I mean, it's cool, but the crypto.com card definitely has a lot more benefits, and there's a lot of tiers to it.
I'm whipping it out for you guys.
Don't whip it out for us. Be careful what you're whipping.
Bam, the jade. Look at that chip in there.
That's a pretty card. You got to give it that.
That's a big chip. And unlike Trent, I will show the back. Boom, see that right there. Go spend it all. I dare you. You won't even get access to it if you wanted to.
So bullish on crypto.com, right? Here's just something to consider. Mark Uford did say crypto.com is fine.
Is that bullish or bearish?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. If you know, you know. But
You know.
so for our closing, we got a final rating on our beers. I'm gonna give mine one last sip.
You should just slam it, dude. Just slam it. You got more of them. What do you have to lose?
Give the people what they want.
Exactly. Can you chug, 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 chug? Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Woo! Beautiful. Beautiful color.
For a triple, which I shouldn't have chugged like that. For a triple IPA, I'm gonna give that an 8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10. That's pretty high. I mean, 10
There's there's
perfect.
there's
Like,
just
perfect. I mean, those point ones after
yeah
8 have to be like a whole 10. If you just
yeah
point
yeah
one,
yeah
like, that's really high.
yeah. I mean, it was a good beer. Like, what keeps
Have
me
you
from
had it
giving
back?
it any more than 8 is there's just almost a little too much going on the flavor
It's the head.
complex. But
Too much, man. Too much head's a bad thing.
never, never. What we got for your final rating?
Oh, mm, I very enjoyed it. But I'm not giving it what you gave. I'm gonna give it a 7.5,
Okay.
and I'll give it that because I've had a couple other Red Hooks that I haven't enjoyed, and this is the best one that I've had. I could probably drink a 6 pack, but if I went to the store, it's not the one I'm reaching for first, which is one of the problems I'm giving the rating. I'm giving it, and I'm giving it that rating because it's finishing the whole thing. The bitter in my mouth, it's not the best. And that's my own opinion. I like maybe a little bit more sweetness to it, maybe a little bit more cream. I actually thought the head was pretty good because at first, like it kind of the head came up pretty high, but it mellowed out really fast and made the beer enjoyable. And I
Mhm.
think that overall flavor and aroma, the aroma was phenomenal. Like 10 out of 10. The aroma when I popped that can, just poof, you're like, oh, that was good. But the flavor was really good, and I really just it's a little bit the bitterness, man. Like I think it's bitter.
Yeah. So as we're closing, you got your XRP hat on. I got my XRP Army croc right here.
Shout out to Echo. Thanks, Echo. You the man.
Hey,
The
we
man.
we might not be the master and commander of the XRP Army, but but
We're the
cadets.
commanders of our what beer tasting championship where we got going on.
We're in the army.
Yeah. With our army. We didn't say which army. We're still figuring that out. Well, I mean, he's in the ADA army.
Well, until next time.
Hit that
Until the
like,
next.
subscribe. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. You guys enjoy your night. Peace out.